Hey, Merry Christmas, everyone. Today I'm going to share with you how to make, well, they're 3D stars. So sometimes they're called Moravian stars, Pennsylvania stars, German stars. And at the end of it, I'll give you a website that you can go to and you can print off directions if you're really interested. The first time I learned to make these was from Wayne Meyer. If you know Wayne, he attends the first service. He's an 8 o'clocker. And he and his wife, Barb, are really good friends of my parents. Well, now just my dad. And so I have fond memories of learning how to make these with Wayne. And I've used them for lots of things since then. One of the main things actually is after a little over a month and a half of reading Great Expectations with my AP Lit students, typically we have an English tea party and we talk about the tradition of tea in England. And as part of that, we use poppers, which is also, again, from England. And then I give them these stars as a gift. And we have scones and such fun things. So let me get to it. How I make these is I use 5/8 inch width quilling paper. You need to have a scissors. You need to have a highly technical paper clip. It just helps you with some of the moves you need to make. And then when I'm done, I typically dip them in paraffin wax. So you would need some paraffin. And then you need maybe a coffee can to melt it in, and then a double boiler. And then I make a little hole at the top, and you can use fishing line. It makes it kind of disappear, or you could use hooks. And then after I dip them in paraffin, I finish them off and sprinkle with some glitter. So if you're a glitter person, this is your craft. All right, and so let's go ahead and get started. As I said, some of the moves might be hard to see. I am going to be using a dot camera, but you can find a paper version online. All right, so here we go. Get my dot cam ready. The first thing you need to do is to take 4 strips of the quilling paper, and then you take the 4 strips and you fold them all in half. Once I have them all in half, I am going to cut the ends off and make like little arrows basically, because it just helps to get the paper through the different folds. The first thing I need to do is I need to create a base to make the stars. And to do that, I need to separate the 4 sheets or 4 strips, all right? And then you see how I have it like this, right? So I have it like this. I'm going to take the one in my right hand and slip it through there. I'm going to turn it clockwise. I'm going to take the second one and I'm going to put it in there. Oops, I'm going to put it in there. There we go. And then I'm going to turn it clockwise. And then I'm going to take the last one and put it in. Oops. And then I need to throw, like you can see the tail on this one, I'm going to pull it up through. Oops. I'm going to pull it up through that loop so that when I pull this tight, I've got this little square. All right. If I leave it like this, it's going to be loose and I'm not going to be able to do anything with it. And so I need to make it a more solid base. So again, I'm always going to start with my right, and I'm always going to move things clockwise. So I'm going to fold that one over, just one. There's still another one laying here. I'm going to put just the top one down, still one up there. The top one on the left-hand side, I'm going to fold over, right? And now I've got one more fold to make. And I'm going to bring it up, but when I bring it up, I'm going to slip it under this one. And now I have a base. Now this is not going to go anywhere. Now, I hope this doesn't bother you, but I have to switch colors because I've got some things made ahead of time. So I've got that done. All right. Now, what am I going to do? Again, I'm always going to start. Oops, I started that one already. We'll go back to the other one. Okay. So whatever I do, I'm always going to start with the right. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the top. I'm going to take the right one and I am going to fold it down so it's parallel. So now I've got 3 in a row on the right hand side. But now I'm going to fold it like an arrow like this. And now I've got 3 on the bottom, right? Now I'm going to take that and I'm going to fold it in half like that. This is one of the points for the stars. Now to make it hold, I have to take that tail up to the very top and pull it through. And I have 1 point. Now I'm going to turn it clockwise. All right. I'm going to go to the top again. I'm going to fold it to the right. So I've got 2 over there. I'm going to fold it down. Now I've got 3 down. I'm going to fold it in half. And I am going to tuck it down. Oops. Oops. My fold didn't work quite right. Untuck it a minute. Okay. Excuse me. There we go. All right. And I'm going to bring it down. Okay. So I'm going to just keep going around. Always turn it to the right. I'm taking the top right. I'm bringing it down. And I'm bringing it down. I'm folding it in half. And I'm tucking it down. I'm going to do it one more time. And now this side is done. But I only have 4 and I need to have 8. So I've got, if I hold it up, you can see, whoops, maybe you can't see, I've got 4. To make the other ones, I have to flip it over. And now I'm going to go through the exact same process again. I'm going to fold it down to the right. I'm going to fold it in half. And again, my strips of paper are shifting because I'm making these points. I'm going to fold it back and I'm going to bring it down. And so I do that. And again, I turn it right and I do it all the way around so that eventually I have 8 different points, which brings me to this one. This one is all done. So if I look around, I've got 8 different points. So now I need to make it 3D. And to do that, I'll try and make this look good. I'm going to get my high-tech paper clip. And I'm going to put it up one of these points. You'll see that when you fold the points, there's an opening. I'm going to bring it up and the paper clip sticks out at the top. All right. This is where I am going to go and make one of the points. So again, it's laying like this, right? I'm taking the left-hand point. I put my paper clip. To see it, I have to pull down that one. And now I'm going to take this one. You see? All right, my thumb is on the top of that strip. And as long as I keep my thumb on the top of that strip, we're in good shape. I'm going to bring it around and I'm going to tuck it where that paper clip is holding a spot. When I do that, the paper clip just helps pull the paper through. I'm going to pull the paper through. And as I do, it's creating one of the points in the star. Oops, one of the points in the star. And there it is. So now I'm going to turn it to the right. I'm going to put the paper clip up the left-hand side point, and it's going to come up. It's showing me where I'm going to point, or where put the strip of paper. Then this one right here, I'm going to take it. Again, thumb remains on top. I'm going to just bring it around like this, and I'm going to tuck it down like that. And I just pull it down. And again, I shape it a little bit to make sure that I get the right shape that I want. Okay. And then I'm going to turn it to the right again. And again, I go to the lower left point. I put the paper clip, put the paper clip up there. It allows me to do it. There we go. Tells me where the other sheet's going. Finger on top or thumb on top. I bring it around. I tuck it down where that paper clip's going to go. And I make another point. All right, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this all the way around on one side. And then you can probably guess that after I do it on one side, I have to flip it over and do it on the other side. So again, I'm just shaping these. And so at the end, it looks like this on top. And again, if I take them away, you see how that looks. But I have to finish the star and do the other side. Okay. And so I'm just doing this lower left. I put this up, upper right, bring it down, tuck it down. Oops. And then I shape it. There we go. And then I just shape it so it makes a nice little point. All right. In the end, changing colors again, I am going to have this. I'm going to have both sides done. I've got all the points. And now what I need to do, actually there'd be 4 more pieces on here. I just already started cutting this. Now what I need to do is go through and cut off the excess paper. All right, not a big deal. Do that. Do that. And one more. Okay, so now I have this lovely 3D star. And usually I make Dave do this because that's his one job in this. And he usually takes a little wooden block. The paper's kind of thick after you fold it. And he takes a pen, like or a needle, all right, and he puts a little hole in there, like taps it with a hammer or something like that. So he ends up with a little hole. And then from there, again, you can string something in it, or you could use a hook. Once this is done, then I take that container. All right, I actually have one. It's an old metal coffee can. All right, you can see where it's been on the water. Paraffin is inside of it. I do a double boiler, so I take a bigger pan, put a smaller pan and some water, set this in there. It gets to temp, so it's all clear. And then I simply take the stars. Again, they either have fishing line or a hook on them. I dip them in, all right, and then I usually have newspaper laying on my counter, and I have pieces of tape on hand, and I use my cupboard and tape it on the bottom of my cupboard and let it drip. So I usually take it out, I drip it over here, I drip it on top of the newspaper, and then I put some glitter on it. And so in the end, you have something that looks like this. And I kind of like this has got glitter that actually has little stars in it too. So that's just kind of extra fun, I think. I don't know. So I have this one. And again, because I put it in wax, it's very stiff. All right. So it's pretty sturdy. Here's another one I did back in the spring when we went through the beginning of this mess. We had I don't know if you know about this, but there was a Be the Light. And people were supposed to turn on their porch lights at night and things like that. And so we made little kits for kids and especially seniors who were graduating. And so I did this. I made the stars. These are white ones. And then I made a little tag that says, "Be the light, let your light of compassion, hope, and love shine." And then I just signed it. So again, there are lots of different things that you can do with these. It's kind of a fun little hobby, and you can watch TV while you're making them, all that kind of good stuff. Now, I told you I'd tell you the name of the website. If you want all the paper directions, it is www.highhopes.com. And that will get you to a page where it's got all the paper directions. There are also other YouTube videos as well. Hope you enjoy this, and thanks for letting me share.